Many people don't like poetry or just don't know how to create a poem because it's confusing use of words, rhymes, and rhythm. And I completely understand that. Poetry is a very confusing thing, but I love it. This year, I wrote 7 pieces of poetry, but last year I wrote 10 pieces of poetry. Not a lot, but I was just beginning, so I think they all show some type of improvement each time. Today, I will review some of my best poems and give tips on how to create your own poems. Let's get into this video. According to my Google search, poetry is the literary work in which special intensity is given to the expression of feelings and ideas by the use of distinctive style and rhythm, poems collectively or as a genre of literature, or just creative rhythm writing words in my opinion. Poetry has apparently gone around for over 7,000 years, starting in 5000 BC, but poetry in English has only been around for 630 years, which is very surprising. Just a warning that this section coming up is very long, so if you know the common types of poetic forms, I suggest skipping to my poetry. Timestamp will be in the comments below. According to my Google search, there are over 168 poetic forms, and that's including the ones in between. But I'll only be naming the common ones since I would not like to search up every single poetic form, and the video would be twice as long. A haiku is a type of poetic form that originated from Japan. It usually goes by a 5-7-5 pattern. Here's an example.
Yusa Busan. In pale moonlight, the mysterious scent comes from far away.
Free verse honestly speaks for itself. You just write freely. It doesn't have to make sense. You just write to your heart's desire. It's more of a popular style in modern day culture, and I can see why. Here's an example.
Marie Tolley, Follow the Moon. I followed the moon, or did it follow me? I turned the corner, it was still there, you see. I tried to trick it, in the shadows I hid, but the moon kept watching. That's what it did. A cloud passed before it. Now was my chance. But the stars in the sky can never lie. I walked on through the night. The moon followed me home. Or did I follow the moon? I don't quite know.
An ode is much like an elegy, and an elegy is much like an ode. An ode is derived from the Greek word aion, which means to sing or chant. Most of them follow a rhythm and rhyme scheme, but not all. This type of poem praises a subject like a person, thing, or idea. It may be place, but I'm not too sure. These types of poems are usually overflowing with intense emotion and imagery. However, an elegy is praising a person, thing, or idea that is, well, dead. And usually these types of poems are tributes to other poets who have died. Here are some examples.
Ode to Autumn by John Keats. Season of mist and mellow fruitness. Close bosom friend in the maturing sun, conspiring with him how to load and bless. With fruit the vines that round the dashed eaves run, to bend with apples the moss cottage trees, and fill all fruit with ripeness to the core. To swell the gourd and plump the hazel shells, with sweet kernel, to set budding more, and still more later flowers for the bees, until they think warm days will never cease. For summer has outbloomed their clammy cells. Elegy, in memory of W.B. Yeats, by W.H. Auden. He disappeared in the dead of winter. The brooks were frozen, the airports almost deserted. The snow disfigured the public statues. The mercury sank in the mouth of the dying day. What instruments we have agreed, the day of his death was a cold, dark day. Far from his illness, the wolves ran through the evergreen forests. The peasant river was untempted by the fashionable quays. By warning tongues, the death of a poet was kept from his poems.
Okay, last but not least, we have one of the oldest forms of poetry, which is a sonnet. Sonnets are 14 to 16 line song and revolve around the topic love. This form was created by none other than William Shakespeare. Here is an example.
Elizabeth Barrett Browning, How do I love thee? How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach when I'm feeling out of sight, for the end of being the ideal grace. I love thee to the level of 3 days, most quiet need by sun and candlelight. I love thee freely as men strive for right. I love thee purely as they turn me from praise. I love thee with passion put to use, in my old grease, with my childhood faith. I love thee with a love I seem to lose, with my saints lost. I love thee with breath, smiles, tears, and all my life. And if God choose, I shall love thee better after death. There were some more poetic forms I wanted to get into, but I assumed these would be the main kinds of poetic forms, but they're also acrostic, limerick, epic, and more. This is the thing I've been waiting for. My own poetry.
I have 3 very good pieces I want to share with everyone. I hope you like. This first piece is called Changes. I actually did this one in a workshop and I think it turned out really good. I recommend you close your eyes and just listen because there is a lot of imagery in this. I hope you enjoy it. Changes by me. Many people used to ask where I got such great genes from or why my personality is so sweet. I'd say it's the way I grew up. When I was younger, I was my mom's ride or die, a ball of joy and a gift from God. She catered to every want and need and contributed love from every angle, from a hug and a kiss to a backhand slap to the face. My dad, a stoic man with emotion emptier than a heart without blood. He made food like a housewife every Thursday night and never showing anger nor happiness in any situation. Emotion was never an option for him, and even if it was, he was sure not to give it to his child. My brothers were rebels, sick, and someone my parents say not to look up to. They say follow your dreams, but if my brother's dreams are my own, then should I be able to follow them? If I did, then I hope one day they can look at me, the face of their half-sister and someone they were forced to love, and be proud. Years pass and people change, but who's to blame? I'm 15 instead of 8, wishing for family to get along again, then for a Barbie dream house. But they are the same thing to ask for if they want a perfect family. My mom thought God wasn't on her side anymore and instead said Satan was her friend, claiming this drinking problem she said she would end after passing out in the car on a Wednesday night then. Her gift to God was turning against her. My dad, still the same from years before, but hurt from every hit. Every punch, every kick my mom threw, he was almost like a fragile vase ready to split. My brothers found me and talked to me for the first time. We have a bond, but we still can't read each other through the lines. It's okay though, because I already know that no matter how hard I try, we will never have a perfect bond because we are only half of each other's lives. The cycle keeps repeating and I don't know what to do. When family changes, doesn't it mean you do too? 8 to 15, young and happy to old and depressed, thinking to myself, what did I do to deserve this? My family line is crooked and torn apart. If I could, I would just choose to restart. Now, many people ask why I have such bad genes or why my personality is so rude. I say, don't blame me, but blame the people who made me, the people who are my family. The next time you ask where I got my personality from, I will say, I created it myself, but my family just got in the way. I love this poem so much. It brings out so much character and it also highlights how people can change and their life can take different paths depending on what happens. It's a very moving poem for me. The next piece I want to share to you guys is called To the Girl I Like. And this poem is also like dated because I don't like that girl anymore and she has a girlfriend too, so yeah. I feel like this poem is very heartfelt and expresses a lot of emotion to the point where it moves you to a different emotion you can't describe. I recommend you close your eyes and listen to this one too. Hope you enjoy it. P.S. Don't mind the phrases that seem really weird. I meant them in a different way. Okay, so Edit Bri's right here, and I'm just saying that I can't read the whole poem because it's literally 4 minutes long. I don't know why I make my poems so long, but yeah, I'm not gonna let you guys suffer through it, so why not? Let's read let's read the ending, okay? Hope you enjoy. I like you, and I know feelings are hard to contain, but I want to express them and I can't be tamed. You don't like me, and that is just the facts. No matter how hard I try, all my hope fades black. I'll stop talking, I'll stop thinking, I'll stop all my actions, even my subtle winking, because you don't like me, but I like you. But what can I say or what can I do? I wanted to continue, but do it from a view. So I'll keep waving casually at you, and I'll do some small talk too. Then I'll sit back and watch you talk to other people who you knew, and I'll sit here from a far view, alone and quiet, thinking of you. This has to be one of my best poems yet. I love how much expression and ideas went into this. This last piece is not done yet, but I wanted to call it Ode to the Black Cat on the Street. But it doesn't really fit the title of an ode. But I'm still gonna call it that until I find a new name for it. Hope you enjoy. Yeah, I'm not gonna read the whole poem. I'm actually gonna read the ending of where it left off, because this video is getting too long for my liking, and I would not like a 20-minute video on my YouTube channel. So yeah, enjoy the ending, please. To the black cat on the street, you are not appreciated enough. Your presence to me is like an angel sent down to comfort the needy and chase away the evil. People think you are bad luck when that is just not the case. You give fortune all the way, and seeing you means that all days turn right side up, and prove that seeing you is God's way of telling us that no animal should bear the burden of being called inferior to us humans when we have committed acts of violence to you just so we can feel at peace. I think this poem just describes something about cats and how I just like black cats, I guess. Now, I want to do an activity with everyone here. Not that you have to. Let's make your own poem. You're gonna have to review the poetic forms we went over. Now, choose a number 1 through 5. Your number determines what poem you'll be making. Of course, you don't have to listen to me and choose whatever you like, but I would recommend you use the poetic form you have to bring out your full potential. Now for a topic. Choose a number 1 through 21. It's okay if you pick a different topic, but like I said, it would be recommended if you use your topic to bring out your full potential. Also, these don't count for the sonnet. The sonnet is only about love. For the poetic form, I got 3 verse. And for the topic, I got 6. Letter to younger self. Honestly, I could work with these. First of all, you want to think about the topic for a second. Think about it and see if you can connect an experience with the topic you have, an experience that is emotionally attached to you. Then, you want to journal some things down for about 5 minutes at most. See how this poem can be heartbreaking, heartwarming, give emotion, and see how it can come from the heart. At the end of journaling, underline, highlight, circle whatever sticks out to you. Words can be something big too. After that, you want to write your first sentence. For instance,
Dear old me, I hope you're doing great. Times are tough in the present days, and I honestly like looking back in the past to reminisce about the feeling of being young again.
and so on. You don't have to have a certain type of imagery or literacy device. There's no strict rules. It doesn't have to be long, it doesn't have to be short. And don't feel pressured to make it sound poetic. It doesn't need to be. I'll give you a couple of minutes to do your poem. Start writing. Is everyone done? Good. I'll read mine first, and you guys share your poems in the comments below. Like I said, that's not happening because I said I don't want a 20-minute video on my YouTube channel, and, yeah, the poem's in the description, so if you actually want to read it, go there. Bye. Okay, I'm gonna give you some tips if you want to improve your poetry. First off, I know this is a hot take, but writer's block isn't even a thing. And I know this because I did a workshop on it. It's our subconscious minds that hold all of our creativity into one. What you do if you can't seem to put the pen to the paper is you write a sentence. That's it. Your writing is release the creativity and ideas that your subconscious mind holds and putting it to paper. Once you're done writing it, crush it up and throw it away. Remember that this process might take 4 to 5 times, but sometimes takes 1. But it helps me, so maybe it'll help you. Now, I know ideas are also connected with the subconscious mind, but sometimes ideas are hard to get to the head anyway. What I did on one of my workshops is that someone picked a random topic and she picked Lysol. I wrote about Lysol for 6 minutes, and after I was done writing, I wrote my thoughts down for what I just wrote, and then circled parts I liked and crossed off parts I didn't like. It helps me see the bigger parts of the poem and see how little lines of a poem could be its own idea. Believe it or not, nothing is perfect in this world, no matter how hard you try to make it. Poetry is supposed to be fun and creative, and that's why it's such an open community. People all over the world create poetry to share with their community because it's fun. Remember, not every piece of poetry or writing has to be perfect. It just has to be fun for you. Overall, I love poetry, and I'm glad to teach you guys some things today. I mean, my friend did say I was like the reincarnation of Dr. Seuss, but I think he was just exaggerating a little. But leave your poetry in the comments below because I would love to see it. Anyways, that's it for this video. Give me suggestions of what I should do for the next video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye!